Hi everyone, welcome to day 5. Great job, you made it. And today I'm using a chair for our workout. And it's going to be a mix of stretching and strengthening. So all I would say is don't use a chair that has wheels unless you really want to challenge your core. No, but that might not be safe. So a chair, or you could use a couch, or in some cases a table for certain parts, but if you have a pretty stable chair, you can do all these and you can modify as needed for what you have at home. So we are going to start just by standing and sitting on the chair, nice and simple. So you're going to sit towards the front edge of the chair, and you're basically coming to stand, push into your feet to stand up, and just sit to find the chair. It's just really simple. If for some reason your chair does feel unstable, just make it a squat where you don't sit all the way down so you're not afraid you're going to lose the chair. Do about 10 of those. And just breathe every time you go down, every time you come up. Think of your feet staying grounded. They push down to lift you up. Okay, then coming to sitting on the chair, we're going to move through the spine and center through some breathing. So take an inhale, and you're going to exhale to round your back and drop your head slightly. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. I'm thinking of rounding from here in my back and lifting from my chest, versus I'm not collapsing on the round. Okay, so I'm pulling my belly button back, so it's just a slight curve, and coming up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Now you add some arms. Round your arms in front of you as your spine rounds. Open the arms to inhale, stretch through the fingers. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale all the way. And inhale. Take your hand on one side of your chair. It could be like this on the edge or over, whatever you want. Take the opposite arm over and just side bend. And lift up tall as you side bend. Breathe into that side body that's stretching. Lift up. Go the other way. Staying tall as you breathe into that long side. Lift up. And now take one hand behind you and go over. So you're rotating in your side bend. And other side. Make sure you don't stop breathing. Keep moving the breath. And come back. And just repeat once more. Round. Big, big, big round. Exhale all the air out. And inhale. Open. Okay. So then we're going to come into some strength work. So you're going to come into a plank over your chair. So wherever you want to hold on is fine. Just make sure your body is in one straight line. So you don't want to be sinking in your joints. You also don't want your butt up. So stay in a straight line and just hold the plank. Remember the first day we talked about the shoulder movement? So you really want to push away so the shoulders are wide on your back. Hold this for about 10 counts, or you can add little leg lifts, going up for 10, 9, 8, nothing changes in the shoulders, 6, abdominals come in, 5, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just shift your hips back. You can bend your knees here if you want to, or you can keep them straight for a hamstring stretch and just stretch your tailbone back. Let your shoulders rise up to your ears. You just let them slide on your rib cage. And then you can move your hips side to side if that feels good for your body. Roll forward, come back to your plank. So this time you can keep the plank again, just hold it. If it's too much, you can always just do one leg. So do what works best for you. Hold there and breathe. Keep pulling the abdominals into your body. If you want an extra challenge, you can do a push-up here. Going for 10, 9, without sinking in the shoulders, 8, exhale, 7. I'm keeping my elbows close to me instead of going out, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, shift the hips back, stretch and breathe. You can drop your head just to let the neck relax. And then bring your arms to you, hang over your legs. Shake your head no, nod it yes. Again, you can have your knees bent if that's more comfortable. And then definitely bend your knees as you roll up. So rolling up one vertebrae at a time, stacking your spine all the way up. Okay, then coming into these like tricep dips. So you're holding on to the edge of the chair. You're going to bring your body off of the chair so you're in a straight line. Again, just like the push-ups, you bend the elbows without the shoulders sinking. So if I were sinking, it would look like that. Doesn't feel so good. So shoulders stay down, elbows point back, spine stays neutral. Now if I push my feet into the floor, I feel my glutes kick in and help the rest of my body. Pushing down. Continue this, or just do a hold. You can hold, come back if you get too tired, do another hold. If you want to add to this, you can do a one leg. Or I even think more of this leg that's, the foot that's on the floor that I'm really pushing down to give myself lift. And keeping the foot flexed, I get my quad engaged on the free leg. Okay? All right, so then we'll go into some stretches. So you're going to face your chair, kneeling. So this is a hip stretch or a psoas stretch. It kind of opens up the front of that quad. So for me, I have to bring my knee back pretty far on the floor to get a good stretch. And you can hold on here with the chair. That could be too much for people, so you could also just be here and get a good stretch. As long as, again, you're not collapsing in your joints like that, like kind of hanging in your joints, you're okay. So keep a lift in your spine. Even though my hips, I am dropping them down, I'm thinking of my abdominals lifting up. And then if you feel good there, you can take your arms off. And just really breathe here, because the stretches need your breathing and your diaphragm to move for the stretch to really happen. You can take the same arm up, the same arm as the leg that's down, and side bend slightly away from that leg. And slowly come back, shift your body back, give your hips a break. Now if you tuck this toe under, you can push out to a lunge and hold here. Breathing. Watch that your knee is right over your ankle. And again, you can take a balance if you want. This back leg stays straight. You can take the arms up. For extra credit, do a little arc back. Oh, it feels so good. Coming down, gently bring the knee down, and then shift back now to stretch your hamstrings. So flex your front foot and keep your chest lifted so that your spine stays as neutral as it can. And you could take this all the way down if you wanted to. Okay, we'll do the other side. Finding your stretch that works for you. Watching that your front leg doesn't do that. So keep that ankle right underneath your knee to protect your knee. Lifting up tall. It might feel quite different on this side. Maybe you take a balance if you want. Maybe taking that arm up and maybe stretching over Breathing and stretching, never collapsing. You're always going for length first. Coming back nice and easy. And then shifting back for a moment. Tuck your back toes under, find a straight leg. Engage your pelvic floor and your low abdominals to help you hold this. You'll feel your legs a lot more. Find a balance if you want. Breathe. Reaching up. Arcing. Stretching the fingers behind you. Woo. Coming back. Gently put the knee down. Slowly shift the hips back. Flex the front foot. Tailbone goes back. Chest stays lifted. A nice stretch through the hamstrings, the calves. And coming back. Okay, we're going to end with a hip stretch, so I'll show you from the front. Going back into your chair, which of course a lot of these you can do while you're at work. Like this is an easy one to do at work. So if you cross one ankle over the knee, keep this foot flexed. It's just good practice to protect your knee. And then you're just going to tip your tailbone back, keep your chest lifted, your spine straight, and you should get a stretch on that hip. If you really wanted to go further, you could round forward, but I would suggest staying flat. Coming up, you'll do what you did before, grab onto the side, and then side bend away from the hip you're stretching. Lifting up, and come back. Carefully bring the leg back, switching sides. Lifting up tall, flexing this foot, tipping forward, keeping that flat back. And rounding forward if you want. Taking a side bend over, away from the hip, keeping long in your back. Watch that this shoulder doesn't come up. Breathe. Lifting up to come back. I lied, we're going to do more. I said it was the end, but it's not. So we're going to do some exercises with the feet. It's best if you're barefoot, but I guess you can do it if you're not. So you're going to swing your heels out and lift them up and put them back down. Swing them out. So you're just making this circular motion, keeping it smooth, not going too slow or too fast, just keeping it this nice steady pace. If you do enough of these, you should feel some fatigue in the little muscles of your feet. Getting the feet stronger and more mobile is important for the rest of your body. Important for your knees and your back, the way you walk. And reverse that, so you're going to swing in and go out. My toes are staying connected to the floor for the most part. Just getting that circular motion through the ankles. Okay, we're going to do a little bit for the knee because I know a few of you talked about knee issues. So if you support under one thigh and straighten the leg, actually I'm going to do it from the side because it's a weird angle for you. And from there, you just do a little bend and straighten. So I'm trying to fully straighten and think of my kneecap pulling up as I straighten. Reach from the heel as the kneecap pulls up, little bends. And then what's even more effective is if you can keep it straight and just hold it. If you feel okay in your hip, you want to let go, you can put your arm in any position you want, but it could be a lot on your hip flexors, so you might use your hands to help. And then you could go little circles, 5, 4, 3, keep tall on your back, reverse it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it go, shake it out, other side, flex through the foot, feel the kneecap pulling up, and there you go for a little bend. Micro bend, and you're really concentrating on the length by reaching out. If you're hyperextended in your knees, you don't want to lock out your knee. I'm not, so you can't see it on me, but if you are, think a lot about pulling the muscle up versus jamming this down. Keep the legs straight, whatever you want with your arms. Do little lifts. Let's do the circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is challenging to keep the spine up tall. So if you need your arms, feel free. Okay, relax, shake that out. Okay, we're just gonna end with a neck release. So take your ear towards your shoulder and take a nice breath in. Exhale, and don't force it, you're just relaxing here. Gently taking the gaze down to that hip and breathing there through the back of the neck. Come to the center, roll up through the center. Ear drops to the other shoulder. Just wherever it goes, don't force it. And looking down towards your hip. Coming to the middle, rolling up through the center. You're just going to make a little figure 8. Actually, it's the infinity symbol with your head. It's kind of like Stevie Wonder. And go the other way. It's gentle. This is for the small joints in your neck. Nothing strenuous at all. Let the shoulders come up to the ears. Let them fall down. Make sure you're sitting on the edge of your chair, lifting up. Exhale, feeling the weight of your arms. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And that's it. Thank you for staying with this challenge. I hope you enjoyed it and that it benefited you. Please let me know how it worked for you, and see you next time.